feel like crap. I've been on night shifts for a few nights at work, and I'm trying to recuperate from it. In my few days off, I've been very productive, especially with moving more towards what I want to do with my life, what I want to do with my career, my online presence. I know I've brought that up before, but that is very important to me. It's like trying to juggle both work and school, but enjoying school, looking forward to it. That's me messing with the software on my laptop, messing with my game, trying to get those set up, and it takes a lot of work, trust me, a lot, and a lot of equipment. As far as microphone, camera, recording, hardware, that's very important. I've went through a few of those. The game systems themselves, and especially the computer, it's a pretty cool monster right here. It can handle just about anything you dish out at it. This can handle streaming gameplay and editing videos. It can handle professional Adobe software, several being up at the same time, like Photoshop, InDesign. I've been working on The Office a lot, and that's my setup. I have the right one, which is my left, is my Xbox or PlayStation 4 TV that I'll be playing on, and then that's left. The left is my computer. My laptop's hooked to it. My laptop's down there. I've got my systems as my setup. I don't have all my systems over there, just my Xbox One. And then I'm kind of working on Allison's setup right now. She doesn't really have much, since she's more of, she wants to do schooling and more studies. So hers is mainly simple, basic right now, but she hasn't got a chance to mess with it yet. We haven't really had a chance to put things up right now. Yeah, so that's been what's been going on. I'm trying to pick myself back up with my sleep schedule from working nights. That's our most recent project, is The Office. I'm just going to be talking about questions that I've been asked as far as being transgender and comments that have been said to me. This is kind of educating on the social side of being trans, of what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, but I mean, me being a trans person, it's really obvious that there's things that aren't appropriate, but to some people, it's kind of hard to see that, hey, that could be offensive. That brings along the lines of, oh, quit being a baby, suck it up, da-da-da-da-da. There's obviously a problem here. If I wouldn't be changing my life so drastically, and I'm doing something to change my life, to make myself better, to make me feel better, to make me more optimistic and get my mind focused on the things I need to do, like my career, which I don't know if I'd necessarily be focusing on that right now if I weren't transitioning, because I don't really have that to think about. But anyhow. So don't criticize someone for being sensitive when they're trying to fix it, when they're trying to work on it, because those comments, and I'm not really... Me, I've had a lot said to me. I've grown a tough skin, and that's taken a long time. There are people that are trying those kind of comments of, suck it up, you're just going through a phase, da-da-da-da. That's not helping, because they are working on themselves. So let them work on themselves, and you work on yourself. I get misgendered quite a bit. Misgendered meaning I go by he, him, his pronouns. There's people that purposely say she, and they know that I'm trans. There's people that I don't know that call me a she. I have a baby face, come on. I'm either like a 12-year-old boy or I'm a lesbian in her 20s. But no, and I'm not. And please don't call me that. That's very offensive. And then there's people that I know that are very caring about the topic. They know that it's sensitive. So sometimes, because they've known me for such a long time, they accidentally call me a she. There's 3 ways that people react if they misgender me and they know that I'm trans and they feel bad about it. They either brush it off like it's nothing happened because it's awkward, they don't know what to do, they don't know what to say. Another one is they feel terrible about it. They come up to me, even after the conversation is over with, they'll come up to me and they're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking, and they like freak out, and I'm like, it's okay, it's fine, I understand, and I appreciate that you come up to me and you want to correct yourself, but I don't want you to get tore up over that, because I'm not tore up over it, and I understand that it was an accident. And then there's people that would say, well, he, she, whatever, don't do that. Me in particular, I brush it off. But it is very serious. Don't say he, she, whatever, because it's offensive. If you just misgender me, just say, hey, sorry, he. And then move on. That's it. Another question. And this is addressing the elephant in the room. How do I have sex? And yes, I've been asked that. You don't ask that. Whether the person is trans, whether the person is gay, lesbian, bisexual, straight, cis, whatever, and cis meaning you're not trans, it's the opposite. Anyway, you just don't ask that. That's not appropriate. If I want you to know, I will tell you, just like any other person. You do not ask them. And there are some people that are more verbal about it than others, and that's okay. That's their business, that's their life. But me, do not ask me how I have sex. Just don't. It's inappropriate, it's rude, it's very violating. And to another thing, I've been told, you haven't tried penis before, I bet you haven't, you don't know how it feels. And I'm just like, that, I've had that conversation a few times, but one in particular was very invasive. It made me feel very uncomfortable, and it was forced, and I didn't want to be in the situation. Do not tell me that I should have dick. That's gross. I mean, you know, to me, I'm not into that. It's very uncomfortable, and you can probably tell my facial expressions. I'm very uncomfortable even talking about it. Just don't. Let's just not even talk about sex. Nope. That's my business. That's mine and my partner's business. Unless I want you to be my partner, that's none of your business. What surgeries do you plan on getting? And the testosterone thing too. Just a little side note. Every trans person is different. There are people that don't take testosterone that are trans male. I am a trans male, by the way. Female to male is trans male. There's people that don't take testosterone, and that's okay. That doesn't make them any less trans. It's just they are comfortable, or it is not necessary for them, and they have reasonings behind it. Like, I know of someone who is trans, but he doesn't take testosterone because of his voice. He's a singer, and he doesn't want his voice to be affected by it because he can't, once you do that, you can't get your voice back. And again, with the surgeries, just because you don't get even one or any surgeries, that doesn't make you any less trans. It just depends on the person. Okay, me in particular, the surgeries and such that I want to get, I obviously want to take testosterone. For those who have seen my videos, I've put in $400 so far in my therapist appointments. I think 400 or 500. No, oh gosh, no, I've done more. I did a few therapist appointments locally, were with a general therapist, more like I think a depression therapist, because I was going through a very rough time in my life. But she was very helpful, but she was helpful to a certain extent when it came to my transition. So I had to go up north, drive over an hour, drive an hour to go to a gender therapist. So I plan on getting top surgery. Top surgery is my chest reduction, mainly because I'm very uncomfortable and very sensitive about it, like mentally. I will not go, I'm okay with showing this right now. I'm wearing a binder. That's what it's called. It compresses my chest to make it flat. I wear that every day. You're only supposed to wear them up to 8 hours a day because they can cause you physical problems. I wear mine probably 12 hours a day. I'm tired of it. And I have to do it out in public. I have to go out in public and wear that, because if I don't look like male, people think that I'm a lesbian. I mean, people already do, but I'm not, and it's, I'll talk about that later. So, people comment on the way that I sit, the way that I talk, the way that I walk, the clothes that I wear, how I act, the things that I say. That's just how I am. I'm not doing it for attention. If you're so focused on that, then you've got problems. I don't do the things that I do for attention. I'm not trying to look more masculine in the way I act. Maybe there's times when I try to deepen my voice because I'm trying to avoid awkward situations. I don't really sugarcoat things unless it's me deepening my voice. Okay, bringing back to the lesbian thing. I have some notes written down because sometimes I get off in La La Land and I forget what I'm talking about. These are actual comments that people have said to me. Oh, I've got some lesbian friends too that you might get along with. Does your girlfriend like guys too? Insinuating that I'm a female and that I'm lesbian and that my girlfriend is a lesbian. Those are terrible things for a trans person to hear. Just don't. It's taken me a long time to see myself as a straight male, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that. That's it. And it's hard for people to understand, but that's how it is. That's terrible. Those are terrible. Do not ever say that a trans man is a lesbian. Do not ever say that a trans man's girlfriend is a lesbian. Just don't, because they're having enough trouble as it is trying to get themselves straight in their mind. My last thing is something that there's people that have been genuinely curious about. So don't think of it as people trying to bash me. It's people, they're just genuinely curious. Why are you transgender? The easiest way that I can explain it, as far as gender goes, there are people that are content with their gender. It's just like a line in the middle. They're not thinking about it. It's not affecting their daily life. It's just there, and they don't really acknowledge it because it's not really a problem. It's where it needs to be. And then there are people who have there's people that are content. They don't think about it. It's not a problem. And then there's people that are like up and down and up and down. And when they're up and down, they're like really, really up. And then they're really, really down. They're really up because they're becoming the gender that they want to be. And it's not just a want. And then they get those lows of, oh my gosh, gender dysphoria. I'm thinking about my thighs, my legs, and this is gender related. This isn't, I'm overweight. I have a weight issue. I'm very self-conscious about my weight issue. And I'm not saying that that's not important. It's just that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking more about the gender part. When your body features aren't going around your mental gender. I don't know how to explain it, but that stuff bothers me. It makes me very depressed, very upset. I just wish people would believe that. I wish people would stop thinking that this is just a phase. And I still get told that. I'm not just blowing that out of, thin air. I get told that. And I get told I'm just trying to be like the boys. I'm just walking like a boy. I'm having problems as it is. And I'm working through them. And it's not helping that you're bringing those things up. So stop. It's very rude. It's very disrespectful. It's very hurtful. Now that I'm the gender that I feel happiest with, that I feel most comfortable with everything, it just feels right, I'm not hurting now as much as I used to. I'm not as depressed. I'm not hiding by myself, having panic attacks and freaking out and crying and being in so much pain that I just want to die. I'm not thinking about those things anymore because I'm happy, because I'm where I want to be. And it took a long time for me to figure out, hey, this is better this way. And people are going to support me no matter what. So I'm just going to do what makes me happy. And I did. And it was one of the best decisions of my life. So now I have time to actually focus on my career, my job, my house, important things. I have other important things in my life that I need to focus on. I'm functioning, not functioning enough. I'm functioning up here now because I'm not so stressed out. Being trans is very stressful. On the other side of the coin, it teaches you to love yourself, not worry about what other people think, because you're going to get a lot of people that don't agree with you, and that's okay. But being trans has taught me a lot of self-love and self-acceptance. Anyhow, that's it. I'm sure I'm going to come up with more things to add to this video. This video is already pretty long as it is. Have a good one, guys. Feel free. Oh, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And I can either make another video or I can respond to those comments directly. Just make sure that they're appropriate. Thank you for watching and have a good day.